What is going on, guys? Sonic and the Bean Show here. Today we're looking at the brand new Jakks specific Super Mario 2.5-inch Waluigi figure from Wave 45. So this is the only new figure in this wave, but it's a pretty huge release. This is a character that not only started in the very first wave, but it's also someone that hasn't been released since 2015. I know he was also in those Walmart checkout waves at the time, and then he got re-released again in that same line. But I don't know if that was the same year he got that re-release, because I only collect the standard 2.5-inch lines for the most part. But Waluigi is finally back, and it looks like he has a new sculpt this time. So I'm interested in how he compares to the original. So the packaging is going to be just the standard 2.5-inch Super Mario packaging. As you can see, here's the Waluigi and then his name and then the Jakks specific logo right there. This side just has the Super Mario logo. And then on this side, it's just, his name right there. And then there's the bottom. And then here is the back right here. So we got a shot of the figure, the logo, and then of course the description going on here to the side. And then these are the other figures we got going on here in the set, if you want to get a closer look at that. So those are the other re-release figures you got there. And that is pretty much that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and crack this out of the box and take a closer look. Okay, so here's the figure out of the packaging right here, and it's looking pretty good so far. It's definitely a huge improvement over the other one, and that one came out a while ago now, so you definitely should see some big improvements here, but they did a pretty good job with this one. So let me actually just compare it to the old one, just so you can see how much has changed. So here's the old one right here, and look at the difference right here. So you can see, the purple is a lot darker on this one, along with the overalls. The mustache, you can definitely see this one's a lot more thicker than this one is. Maybe the mustache is a bit too thick, but the head sculpt overall does look a lot better, along with the skin tone on this guy. And you can also see, he's not like in a static sort of pose like how this one is. You can see the legs on this one and the arms is a lot better, like they're down and a little bit like closer together than how this one is. This one also has a hard time trying to stand a couple of times. He can still stand, it's just that when you move him too much, he'll tend to fall. But yeah, I am liking this one. So if you missed out on this one, this one you don't really need this one, honestly, to be honest. I feel like this is the only one you really need. Actually, it's a pretty good Waluigi figure. I will say the one thing I like more on this one compared to the new one is I feel like the logo on his hat looks a lot better on here. Like the paint looks cleaner and it's a lot more bigger as well. But other than that, this is still a pretty nice looking Waluigi figure. So here's a side-by-side comparison right there, and then here they are from the back side right here. So let me get into the articulation. So you do get a full rotation to the head right there, and then of course a full rotation to the shoulders, but you also get a hinge this time. Hinge to the shoulder goes high just about here, and then the hips looks like they're on ball pegs, so you can really just kind of move them around like that, and you can pretty much rotate them all the way around as well. Like they can pretty much go all the way around, really, and that's just as much as you get out to the side, really. But overall, I mean, it's definitely a lot better, and that's pretty much it, of course, since it is just a basic figure. I like the hips on this guy. I mean, the position's kind of weird for him, because it looks like he's like he's about to get in like a car and is about to drive or something like that, the way how he's positioned. But it's kind of funny because you can make it look like he's sitting down, which is cool right there. So I kind of like that in a way. But now that you've seen the articulation on this one, compare it to the old one. All you could do with this one was just rotate the head and then the arms, and then that was pretty much it. Couldn't really do anything with the legs. There was no hinge to the shoulder. All you had was just the head and then the arms right there. So yeah, again, I really do like the new one. It's a lot better, but this figure still has the same issue with this old one, and that's when I'm going to get into the comparisons. So first of all, let's just compare him to, of course, Wario. So here is Wario right here. And these two still look pretty good together. I do hope that I assume Wario would probably be the next new release, right? I think he's probably just gonna get another re-release or a new sculpt. How Waluigi did in this wave. That's my guess right there. But yeah, that's if you want to see how these two look. And then here is Waluigi with Luigi, of course. And then here he is with Mario. So the issue that's here with this figure, oops, almost dropped him. But the issue with this figure is he's still too small. He should definitely be a lot more taller. Unfortunately, he is still going to be too small right here, as you can see. And you can even see it when I take out Mario and then I add in like Peach right here, for example. So that's the he still got the same issue as that old one did, because Waluigi was just way too small. Unfortunately, they did it pretty good with the 4-inch figure, but he is still going to be pretty small here. Especially you can see how he is with Luigi right here. So yeah, but overall it's still pretty cool that he got an updated articulation here and better, like a new sculpt. Really, I like that they're doing that with a lot of these figures. So here's like Toad right here, and then here's like Yoshi right here. So yeah, there you go. And then let me see how he is with like the 4-inch figure. Alright, so there you go. So here's the 4-inch figure, and then here's the 2.5-inch right here. So there you go. Alright, so that is going to wrap up this review on the Jakks specific 2.5-inch Waluigi figure from Wave 45. Overall, it's a pretty great Waluigi figure. I definitely like the new sculpt and added articulation with this guy. I can finally pose him a bit more, which is nice, and he looks great next to the other figures. So if you want to know where I got this figure, I bought mine from Big Bad Toy Store. But let me know what are your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the review. But until then, take care, my friends.